After Polokwane's pre-season week, Coach Piso gathered his troops and the Sky's the Limit crew and shipped us off to Zimbabwe to get a taste of playing in the rest of Africa in preparation of our aspirations to conquer the continent.
It's the president's vision to go to Africa, and that's why I'm here. In Africa, it's tough. Our away games are a little bit of a challenge. The mentality, the traveling, a lot of traveling and less time to prepare for the match. You know who you're playing against, you know the style of play, you know your opponent. In Africa, you don't know. We're playing strong teams here. Zimbabwean teams have been doing well in the Champions League. And you know we have a lot of players in South Africa from Zimbabwe. Let's play here and play in the background, and let's come out of our comfort zone and let's see what we can do.
I mean, this is quite close to home, but it opens the guys' eyes up to realize what we've got at home and how good we've actually got it, and that you shouldn't take things for granted.
They've got good players who are playing in the national team, and what I know about them football is they can play soccer, they can play football. As long as they're given the chance, they can play.
You gotta put everything aside and just focus on what you came here to do. I mean, we didn't come here for a holiday. We came here to work and make something out of nothing, you know. Today we train on a hotel grass. I mean, some players are like, how are we gonna train here? But at the end of the day, the training was effective and it was worth it.
Day 2 saw the team head to Barberfield Stadium in Bulawayo for the first of their 2 training sessions that day.
We're here for a reason. The reason is to do the duty of Sundowns and to work hard just to prepare our second round of the season and also the Nedbank Cup with the team. But I'm glad that the boys are enjoying themselves as much as we are working at the same time, so it's good to be at home.
The second training session took place at the training grounds of the Highlanders. The team Sundowns would be taking on the following day in training conditions that were well in need of some TLC.
For the rest of the season, we can think in the positive forte is that we're going to be playing on better conditions than this. And if we can play half decent on a bad pitch, hopefully when we get to a good surface, we'll play a lot better and with more confidence. And then also looking forward to the club's ambitions in playing into Africa. The guys will understand what to expect when we travel.
Having looked at that training now, I'm looking at a very big physical build from the entire squad. I also noticed in their warm-up a lot of power, a lot of speed. So I'm anticipating that tomorrow it will be a game full of pace, particularly for Sundowns. They have a slight edge in that they are not off-season, but they are on a mini break. So their fitness levels is slightly ahead of Highlanders who are coming from holidays.
It's customary in Bulawayo for the team to drive through the city in their buses to remind the fans that the game is on the following day. What about Facebook?
It was nice, man. I felt like a young kid again. When I used to play here, we used to do the same thing, man. And people, they've got love of football. They're passionate about football. So, yeah, it was nice, man. It brings those old memories back.
The following day, Sundowns took on the Highlanders, Pirates' sister team, to a full house, and the boys received a reception almost like it was Orlando Stadium.
Since the coach said he's here to scout talent, I think someone will be having a point to prove. They've got good players. I respect them. I played with them. Some of them, they were my colleagues in the national team. I think they've got a brilliant side. By the end of the day, it's going to be a tough game, but they'll come hard on us. That I know.
Nyandora captained Sundowns against his fellow Bulawayans and countrymen, and it got off to a great start, with Mushekwi finding the net in the first 10 minutes. Ayobanes!
Playing back home, I was emotional, man. And that stadium, I think I last played there in 2003. The way they supported not only me, also Method and Nyash and the whole team, it was nice. You know, when you grow up, you always want to play in this big stadium, but I think that day it was like, this is my first time to play in huge, in Barberfields.
The game ended 2-0 in favor of Sundowns. Obvious. And we were back on the road to Bulawayo Airport en route to the capital city, Harare.
It's always nice when different people visit and see our lifestyle. You know, it's not the same like in South Africa, but we are getting there. Obviously, the country is slowly coming up, and it's always nice.
Caps United were next, and the Hararians were keen to show Mushekwi and Wanjali, their former team members, who is the boss.
Caps, that's where I used to play. It's a good team, that I know. The last time we played them in Polokwane, they impressed everybody. They beat us 1-0, so that's going to be a big game.
It's going to be a wonderful atmosphere playing against my former club, Caps United. When I used to play there, it used to be a strong team. I think even now it's a strong team. The main problem with teams in Zimbabwe, I think they lack sponsorship, but I think they're coping so far, but they're a good side also, they're a competitive side. I'm looking forward to the game.
Zim also saw a temporary inclusion in goals in the form of Liberty Chirava with Sunderlands on national duty, Onyango suffering from malaria, and Marlon going down with a quad strain.
Our program here is not all about training and preparing the team. It's also talent identification. So we'll give the goalkeeper a chance and see how he copes. And I'll listen to my goalkeeper coaches. So let's see, if they recommend that the player could start, we'll start him, this trial, and let's see.
I feel very happy because Sundowns is a very big team in South Africa. So many people they were talking about this at this game. For me, it was a surprise because I wish one day to play for Mamelodi Sundowns. And that's for me, it's an opportunity.
Abafana Bastal Baba Zisindugu 4-0, but there was no time to rest. It was back to work.
Feeling good, you know. Sometimes it's a bit heavy on the body, but obviously it's pre-season. It's expected to be because we're loading too much. So for me, yes, I'm feeling much better. You know, I had a rest yesterday. I didn't play the game. And yeah, I mean, it's only normal in pre-season that you feel a bit heavy. But, you know, when the season starts, I'm sure they'll reduce the amount of training that we're doing. And obviously it will help us, you know, prepare well for the league.
The last test of the tour was against the Zimbabwe PSL champions Dynamos, and once again the Brazilians were faced with a full house of partisans.
Dynamos probably be the first time since I moved to Sundowns. They're a big team. Yeah, Dynamos plays to win. That's how I know Dynamos. Whichever way they're gonna play, they're gonna play to win. So it's gonna be exciting.
We've scored 6 goals, only conceded the 1. And also the coaches looked at it from the point of view that how we progressed over the week and how we're looking to play the way he envisages us to play, then yes, we have really done a lot better.
I think it has been successful all the way from Polokwane until we came here. I mean, we've done well, we've trained hard, the mentality of the guys is sharp, you know. That, for me, as a footballer, if you get your mentality right, I mean, you can do whatever you want, you know. If you fit and you can run, and the rest will just follow. The guys say they've been marvelous to work with. Everybody wants to work hard, everybody wants to fight for a place in the team. So I would say the trip to Zimbabwe has been very much successful.
The game was a tightly contested affair with no quarter being given by any side and ended in a not-so-tame draw, which left the fans wanting more.
You must come back more. Come back more. They want to beat us now. We come back.